Well, hello there, and welcome back to Mr. E's Mysteries and Magics. And again, I would like to remind you that we are sponsored by RP Magic Shop, so check out the link to their website below and the link to their YouTube channel. Rich has promised me that he will be trying to post some new stuff very soon, so you might want to give him a shot. Anyway, this will be a two-part video. Part number one is the explanation of the subtleties behind the DeLand's version of the three-card Monte routine that you get with the $100 deck. And the second half of the video will be what at least 8 of you have been waiting for quite a while now. It will be the announcement of the winner of the giveaway for a free deck of cards, and I will also, at the end of the video, let you know which deck that will be. So stick with me. All right, first of all, we're going to go through the tutorial thing, and it's no big deal. I mean, most of you know that these are a set of gaff cards, and the gaff is on 2 of the cards, and that is this odd pip down here. Those of you who don't know it probably figured it out because I was holding the cards like this, and that's what you do. You hide the fake pip underneath your thumb. So what is it that is so special about the DeLand's decks? Well, I'll tell you a couple of things about it. First of all, I'm just going to mention the back. This is not a big deal. This is a legitimate 3 of clubs. Okay, this is a regular card, but it is not marked on the back as the 3 of clubs. This is a second 3 of clubs that you get with the deck. Of course, the regular 3 of clubs in the 52 stack, 54 if you count the jokers. Actually, I think with the $100 deck you only get 1 joker. So anyway, that particular card is marked as a 3 of clubs on the back, which you can figure out or learn about if you have a deck of these cards. This one has the same markings as the joker. There are, in other words, no markings at all. And that is to match these 2 cards, which are the gaff cards. Okay, and these likewise have no markings on there. So when you look at the back of these cards, your spectators will not be able to see any markings that might cause them to be suspicious. The thing is, even if they were marked, it doesn't matter for this particular effect. So anyway, what does matter? What does matter is that unlike the version of these cards that is printed by, I know Bicycle makes them, and I know that Copag makes a set of packet cards like this. These cards are stripped. The other cards, the Bicycle, the Copag, are regular cards. So I've used that to throw in a little move in between to help the flow of the effect with, you know, watching the fingers and a little bit of misdirection kind of thing. But it's not really that big a deal. It's just a way of moving the cards around so that it looks a little bit more natural. Now, of course, if you're doing the thing with the regular Copag or Bicycle deck, you know, you can do something like this, and you can put the 3 down or whatever card is the normal card, and then take the cards and go like this. Okay, you can do that. Just have to be careful when you do this that you don't do something like this. Okay, you've got to be able to turn the cards down, flash, show your last card, and so on. Okay, and that's fine. That works if that's what you like to do. But here's what I did, if you hadn't noticed yet in the video. What I do is I set the deck up with this pattern. You see the 3, of course, as all 3 of clubs have, are 2 pips that face up and 1 facing down, or in opposite directions anyway, depends on which way you're holding the card. But in this case, I start with the 2 pips facing up, and then behind that you have the gaff cards in such a way that you can show the center pips. When you do this, what you are doing is you are, see that? See how I stripped that out of there? You're setting up the packet in opposite directions of the stripper edge, okay? So you can take this set of 2, and they will be matched up, and the 3 will be stripped out. And you can do it, bring, up, down, whatever you want to do. So what I do is I start with the deck, the packet in my right hand, show the cards as you saw in the video, and then as I'm talking, I turn the cards over this way and just do a little shuffle like this. Now, the first time I do that, sometimes I will say, yeah, we're going to mix up the cards a bit. I don't say that the second time we do that, which you'll see in a minute, because that starts to draw too much attention to it. It probably is a good idea not to even mention it the first time, but if you do, that's not the end of the world, but I wouldn't mention it the second time you flip the cards over. And again, we will show what that means a little bit later on. So here's the really cool thing about this. This is a real magician's type of maneuver because it's going to take a little bit of work, a little bit of practice, not much, but you're going to have to be able to tell when you have two cards in one hand and one card in the other. It doesn't take a lot to get that feel, but you know, it's kind of like when you first learn to do a double lift. You get to feel when you have two cards in your hand. And the reason that's important is because you always want to take the two cards and throw them on top of the one card. Why? Because the two cards are the two gaff cards and the one card is your three. So I do this little shuffle thing. I throw the two cards on top of the three, and then I lift them up with my left hand. Now you'll notice that the pips are facing down on the three. This is your little guide, your little catch-all here. Make sure that you're doing it right. Your pips are facing down, and now what you have turned the cards upside down, obviously, and you have moved the gaff pip from down here to up here. So what you're doing is now when you show the cards this way, you cannot show the center pips. You just show them like this. And then what I do is as you saw in the video, I simply take it with my thumb. As you can see, here are your cards. And I take this and I just put it down. And I put it down this way. I have my thumb over the thing and I put it down so that my thumb and the fake pip, the gaff pip, are on my lower left, okay? Doing it this way, by taking the cards and kind of putting them down this way, that reminds me that this spot here is the part that I have to hide when I pick the cards up. And then you can do whatever you want with the three, but you want to put the three down. You can hold it any way you want, but you want to put the three down with the two pips facing away from you, the top away. Because when you do this, you pick it up and you show them that, you pick it up and you show them that, and then you pick up the three and you put that back, and now what you've done is you've reset the cards for the second half of the trick. You see that? They're back to this position. And you can start with the cards in this hand and move them to this side, or you can start all over again on this side, and then you do the second, kind of shuffle, and you're just kind of talking to them, and you're just doing this casually until you got the two cards on top. And again, don't draw any attention to it. Flip it over, and there again, you're showing the three, and you got the two pips facing down, and you tell them, all right, I'm going to take the two of clubs, and I'm going to move that and put that right over here where it's out of the way. And you can see I still have the ace, okay, and I'm going to put that right here, and blah, blah, blah. You know how the rest of it goes. Where's the ace? It's here. No, it's not that. Oops. That's the two, and then the ace is over here, and you hide it with your thumb, and then you show them the three, and blah, 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 blah. Okay, so that's why I like to use the version of the cards that come with the DeLand's $100 deck, because you can do this little maneuver in the middle and turn the cards over, and of course you would have to do it this way, and turn the cards over, and you've got yourself all set to continue with the rest of the effect. Okay, so that's that. All right, now let's get down to the important stuff. We had 8 entries into the contest, and what I have done, I did this beforehand to save time, is I have assigned a number at random to each of the 8 entries. And what I'm going to do in a minute, I am going to get my little nifty doodle e-reader here, and I am going to call up a random number generator, and it's going to generate a number between 1 and 10. Why 1 and 10 if there's 8 entries? Well, simply because in playing with these things over the past few days, I found that these random number generators tend not to pick number 1 or whatever the last digit is. In this case, the last digit would have been 1 through 8. So what I've done is I've put the entries 2 through 9 and then sort of a blank 1 and a blank 10. If that comes up, then I get to keep the cards. No, seriously. If a 1 comes up or a 10 comes up, it's null and void, and we'll do the generation of a new number, okay, until we get a number between 2 and 9, because I wanted to make it as fair as possible. I didn't want someone to feel, well, I got number 1, and number 1 hardly ever comes up. So we're kind of throwing those out, kind of like the Olympics, you know, where you take out the lowest score and the highest score, and you kind of combine the average of the scores all in the middle to get the overall score. That's kind of what we're doing here. So let's go with the random number generator. I'm going to enlarge this. This is from random.org if you want to check them out. It's online. It's a free random number generator. And you can see here, I hope you can see here, it says the minimum is 1 and the maximum is 100. So I'm going to change that 100 to a 10. There we go. All right, got that. And again, I hope you can see this. And we are going to generate, hit that generate button, and we are going to generate a number. And the number is 10. So I win the cards. No, let's do that again. Number 7. Okay, 7. Please look down in the description box below, because number 7 is the winner. I don't know who that is. And your number is listed in the description box. And that will tell us who the winner is, number 7. And also, I will tell you, Mr. Lucky number 7, there will also be my email address in the description box. Please send me a private message to that email address and let me know what address you want the deck of cards shipped to. And it doesn't matter if you're in the United States or not. I will ship anywhere around the world for this. I'll just, if it has to be sent overseas, that's fine. I just want to thank you for being a subscriber. And thank you all, the 8 of you who did enter the contest and write down your stories about your first time doing magic in public. I loved every one of them. I'm glad that I did not do it as a subjective piece saying, oh, I think this one was the best, so that person is going to be the winner. I could not have done that. I could not have chosen the best. They were all great. They were all equally great, and that's why I did it as a random number. So, number 7, what did you win? Again, my favorite deck, the Bicycle Gold Cards. This is a brand new deck, purchased at, of course, RP Magic Shop. It's still got the cellophane on it, brand new. You're going to get it just like this. And I'm not going to go into why it's my favorite deck right now, because I'm going to do a video on it, okay? I'm going to very soon. I will be doing a video on why this is my favorite deck and my second favorite deck that we will discuss in that video as well. I will just say this. There are a couple of pretty unique gaff cards in here that are worth having. And just very briefly, when you do a color change and you change it to gold, you really get great reactions. So that's why I really love this deck. It's the usual bicycle quality and surprisingly inexpensive for those of you who are interested in purchasing these. They are $4 US, which is only about half a dollar more than their regular deck. So that's pretty inexpensive. So anyway, thank you to RP Magic Shop for sponsoring this. No, he didn't provide the prize. I did have to buy it, but that's okay. I like to support Rich. He's a small one-man operation, and in these tough times, those kinds of places need our support. So thank you for watching, and thank you for entering my contest. And if you're wondering why I waited to the very end to let you know what deck you were going to win, I just want to let you know is because simply I just wanted to leave you baffled.